If you are in Norwood Center and turn right from Washington Street onto Manhattan Street, you will pass by many of Norwood's municipal buildings. The Town Hall, known as the Memorial Municipal Building with its Carillon Tower, the former jail, the former fire station, and today's Civic Center all stand along 2 blocks of Manhattan Street. Let's take a tour. In May of 1926, Norwood decided to construct a new town hall. Ground was broken in August of 1927 for what was to become the Norwood Memorial Municipal Building, built in memory of veterans of war. It was designed by architect William G. Upham, who was born in Norwood. He was inspired by buildings at Princeton University to design a Gothic-style, cathedral-like town hall using Weymouth seamed-face granite. It has a tower that is 123 feet high and holds the Carillon bells. Dedicated on November 11, 1928, the 10th anniversary of the end of World War I, the building has become the symbol of Norwood. Following the building's dedication, the first Carillon concert was held. The bells were donated to the tower by Walter F. Tilton, a Norwood resident. Made in England, there are 50 bells in the tower. They are controlled by a keyboard and foot pedals. The largest bell is 71 inches in diameter and the smallest 6.5 inches. The combined weight of all 50 bells is nearly 21 tons. There are about 170 carillons in the United States. Only 2 are owned by towns. The rest belong to colleges and churches. Just behind the municipal building on Central Street is a small building known as the Old Lockup. In the late 19th century, there were many unemployed men with no place to live. Each town was required to provide food and lodging for these people who often wandered from town to town. Because it was expensive to house them in the local hotel, in 1879, the town decided to build a lockup for them to stay in. The lockup was the first municipal building constructed by the town. In 1903, when the traveling homeless were no longer a problem, cells were added to hold prisoners waiting to be taken to the court in Dedham. It was used for this purpose for 85 years. South Dedham's first fire station was opened in 1833 and stood about where St. Catherine's Cushing Hall is located. In its tower hung a bell that was made by Holbrook Bell Company of Medway. In 1887, a new firehouse was built besides the lockup near the current town hall. The bell was placed in the new station's tower. By 1900, the police department and general government officers occupied the 2nd floor of this building, and it was very crowded. In 1907, a modern brick fire station, today's OCC at 171 Manhattan Street, was constructed and the fire department proudly took occupancy. The former station remains in use as town hall until the current Memorial Municipal Building was erected in 1928. At that time, the Norwood No. 1 fire bell was taken from that tower and installed among the Carillon bells. This is why some people think that the Carillon has 51 bells. It hung there silently until the restoration of the Carillon in 2022, when the fire bell was removed. The fire department, and sometimes the police department, remained in the brick fire station at the corner of Manhattan and Central Streets until 1964, when a new fire station was built even farther down Manhattan Street. That building was replaced in the early 2000s. Also on Manhattan Street stands the Norwood Recreation Department, known as the Civic Center. Originally built as a state armory in 1930, the building was constructed using seamed-face granite similar to the town hall. For many years, it was the local headquarters for Massachusetts National Guard units and served as a meeting place for residents. Today, it is the home of the Norwood Recreation Department. Around 1800, Reverend Jabez Chickering of the Congregational Church circulated books among his parishioners. This church lending library continued until the 1860s when the books were placed in a room in Village Hall. In 1873, just after Norwood became an independent town, the church gave the collection to the town for the general public, and a board of trustees were chosen to oversee it. As the number of books grew, the library was moved several times to ever larger rooms. Then, in 1897, the Morrill family, owners of the Morrill Ink Mill, a large, successful industry in town, stepped forward. Sarah Bond Morrill, the daughter of George H. Morrill and his wife, Louisa, had died of typhoid fever in 1896 at the age of 23. The Morrills thought a library building would be a permanent memorial to her. The town accepted their proposal and the family built a beautiful library made from Maine granite with a red tile roof, eyebrow dormer windows, and a central entrance arch. Inside, there was a wood paneling and stained glass windows. It was officially given to the town in 1898 as the Sarah Bond Morrill Memorial Library. Portraits of Sarah and her father, George H. Morrill, still hang in the reading room. A wing was added in 1928 with the funds from Miss Alice Morrill Plimpton, sister of Sarah Bond Morrill. In 1966, an addition to the building moved the front entrance forward, but kept the same exterior style and roof features. In 2001, an extensive renovation unified the three parts of the structure. It is still important to the town of Norwood.